Welcome to a new video and episode on my Raspberry Pi 1 running Raspbian Linux, and for this project again programmed in Python but also with attempt in Bash. As you can see, Raspberry is connected via the RaspberryPi Plus to a network cable, serial cable, with on the other end a Minicom serial terminal, network cable for VLC, and streaming video via VLC. VLC is virtual network computing. The raspicam Raspberry Pi camera is streaming, which is visible in VLC, and network band cable 2. This breadboard with electronics with a digital to analog converter, a MAX 522, which works via the SPI 3-wire protocol, which means that input and output are combined, and so it is half duplex, so back and forth over the same channel, as opposed to this one, which is analog to digital converter, so towards the Raspberry Pi, and which reads several components also via SPI, but full SPI, which means full duplex, and these two wires are separate channels for back and forth. I also have included an LED here that has not done anything yet. As you can see, I have 3 probes for oscilloscope to see if there are any signals going on, and last time I found that despite the correct working in for the program here, the same instructions do not work nicely for this one, and then I mean the transfer function. I can send bytes, and that has resulted in some signaling, but not yet in a burning LED. Also, I've been experimenting with getting VNC on tablet and Mac, and also VLC, and there are some progresses made. So let's see how far I can get this time. Alright, so this is a screen that, if you've watched this series of videos before, it looks familiar. Here is the Raspberry Pi stream, the terminal where I execute commands, and the 3-wire code. Then here I have of course the breadboard with the MAX 522, as well as MCP 2008 for SPI, actually full SPI. Here of course oscilloscope, and then as well VLC stream, which is a lot smaller than usual, and I haven't been able to detach it from this location. So usually it's a lot bigger, but unfortunately not now. With this is something else as well. So I have been trying to get VLC on my Android tablet, and it turns out that I made a mistake on that in the addressing. So right now, and let me turn the light away. further away. So this is now where you can see on the tablet the same stream as above. So this is just working. And that is one thing. Also working is then, of course, the VLC connection. Although I haven't been able yet to do Ctrl+C, so whatever is working with that, well, so be it for now. So those are two nice things. I mentioned the Mac, of course, and I can't just turn the camera, unfortunately, by lack of space, but I have it working on the Mac as well, just as the VLC. I hope I can show you later. So now I have VLC on 3 devices and I have VLC streaming on 3 devices. What's the use of that? Just for the fun of it. So back with full light on this one, and where have I got? Well, point is, of course, that I want to run this code, and this, as said in the introduction, doesn't work, and I'm referring to this. This simply refuses to do anything, and no matter which manual or tutorial I follow, this refuses to work. This, on the other hand, does work, seemingly. So now let me start the code and then watch here on the oscilloscope, and you can see here there are clearly signals going on for 1000 times. So bytes are being sent. This is, although this is strictly speaking just clock. So if we look at the schematics, clock at pin at GPO 23, well, not GPO but pin 23, physically the pin, and then oh, by the way, this doesn't make sense. I actually should change this, remove this, but because this is a very different thingy. Anyway, these two, the out and the in, have been combined, as it is half duplex. So here's the connection, and whatever is going on, I don't know yet. Then CS bar, chip select is 24. So going here, clock, data, and chip select, and only the clock does something, not the data. So that is something that I still not sure of why that doesn't do anything. Let's check again. Alright, whatever. Then no, this is not C, this is Python, so command is a hash, and then let's do it like this again, and I expect an error immediately. Yes. Although it is perfectly correct according to examples, it doesn't work. How this is going to work out, from an example I found as well, I'm not sure, I only watched it once without proper explanation. So, how to go on? Bash for now. Okay, so now you can see the VLC player right here, and the culprit was trailing slash. Without it, it doesn't record or doesn't play, and with it does. So now you can see everything here. Although it's a bit small, but I can enlarge it, but it's just showing that it works. And by the way, this is something that I unfortunately need to keep this bent cable from obscuring the camera view. So I could put it a little bit further forward, but for now it will have to do. Then there's also something, the VLC, and whatever I do here I do on the Raspberry Pi as well. So I can say, okay, play something, and this is then line 1. So what will it do? Show nothing, just like last time. And contrary to the tablet, I can add it with Ctrl C. So that is what I wanted to show you. And then back to VLC. So whatever is well, this is just nice thing, and yeah, let's go back to the rest, because this is just for showing that I got everything to work. Oh, and yes, I had to adjust the screen resolution, because this is on an external screen and not on the MacBook, not on the MacBook screen. So and yes, this is number 3. Number 1 is my laptop, and number 2 is the Android tablet. Right, so I am back where I started, with a small screen here. So I'll let that be for now. The other point is that I mentioned Bash, but the point with that is that this LED is not connected directly to the GPIO. Therefore I cannot just control it. And because of that, I have to find a way to get it working with SPI 3-wire. And I started looking at where everything is different than here. The first lines are exactly the same. This is the same, this is exactly the same. 3-wire. SPI, the SPI dev 3-wire is actually here, so this can go. What else do I need? Well, actually virtually nothing that I know. I have a wiring Pi setup. I open the GPIO for what's worth it, and then I have spidev, SPI dev opened. I open 0, 1. Oh, there may be another point in it. No, because it doesn't mention that it is wrong. So that is another thing that I wonder. I use here 0, 0. Here do I use 0, 1. But apart from that, it doesn't do anything on the data line. Would it if I change this back to 0? I doubt it. But let's try anyway. You never know. So 3 wire. Oh, enter. And pi in 28 is not defined. Oh yeah, that is SPI. Go. Oh, that is CS. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that is CS. If I change this back to 1, what does happen with the CS wire? CS channel actually? Right, absolutely nothing. So this means that this has to be 0. Yeah, definitely. Does it mean that the LED suddenly starts working? No, unfortunately not. So, but this is the right way to go. How to go further, that's not a question. Alright, so with that idea, I need to go on with 0, 0. And you've noticed a little change here in the corner. I'm looking at the tablet as well for the VLC, which is a somewhat bigger screen than this one. And now I can see both. I just have to keep in mind that the timeout is for the screen is not acting up, but that's for later. Alright, so with this one working, I should actually try to get a somewhat better view. And then I see that in this resolution it actually makes some sense. Although unfortunately on the camera it's not a good not a view that as good as with the bare eye. But it does show that the clock is working, that the CS is working, but not that the data is working. So how about line 1 again? Excuse me. How can this now suddenly be an invalid argument? It never was an invalid argument. Something is going very strange now. Very strange indeed. How can this suddenly be an invalid argument? It always worked until now. This is absolutely crazy. This program is not running, so it should not interfere at all. And all of a sudden, this. This makes absolutely no sense at all. Okay. Yeah, really baffled now. Why would something do that? I'm speechless, as you can see and hear. So, without altering the code, anyway, suddenly a program that used to run nicely stops working. How? Why? Something I don't get. Okay. And then it turns out that the VLC stream has stopped, had stopped. So I cancelled it, restarted it, and then it does work on the Mac, which is difficult to show right now, but it doesn't work anymore on the tablet, unfortunately. Apart from that, I still have that problem with the line. Why does that suddenly stop doing what it should do? And this does work, be it without the data communication, as far as I can see. So what I'm going to do is double it for now. And you clearly see some signals now. And let's take this away because it doesn't work. For some reason. But let's focus on these. So this is yellow, which is this one, blue, which is this one, and purple being this one. This one is not attached right now. And the whole problem is also that the reason is, why doesn't it work? Why doesn't the data show anything at all? I mean, I open everything here, and yes, that clearly has to be 0 0 instead of 0 1. This doesn't work. This does work. And the question is, if I write, do I have to, how do I give time to return something? I give here 100th of a second to respond. Is that enough? I do not know. I haven't seen examples to that, so perhaps given the time I should. Okay, another test. I have found an example in which they try exactly this stuff from a Python shell. So I opened one and then I get several errors. Up until here, importing is good. Then they say, okay, are you missing sudo? Like right here. And then I get invalid syntax, etc. Also the other ones are giving up. So what I am doing now as well, I open a new window. I open Python 2.7 and I start doing exactly the same thing. Not that I need the GPIO for now, but for completeness sake, let's just do it. Import RaspberryPi, import spidev, import time, then RaspberryPi dot RaspberryPi setup must be root, and it completely collapses. So import RaspberryPi. Oh. Import spidev, spidev. I forget about, no, let's do time also. Now sudo wiring.wiringpi setup. Invalid syntax. Doesn't matter. So the big question is, if it goes wrong in both interpreters, then why is it going kind of correct in here? Because Python, once executed, goes wrong when it goes wrong. And here it says SPI wire is true, which is SPI 3 wire, which is here. It doesn't say anything about the X. SPI is, and it doesn't recognize it. Would that be the reason? What would be different if I said spidev 0 0? Let's just try it. Invalid syntax. wiring is not defined. Or should that be, oh, that's wiring pipe. My bad, my bad. Takes exactly one argument. Taking this out. Must be root. Crash. So, and by the way, here I did copy it. Wiring pi. And it still doesn't do a thing. Which makes it all the more interesting why things go wrong anyway. And I can't tell, unfortunately. Apart from that, time is up for now. Ouch. Right, and that is it for now. So, with frequently crashing VLC stream, although the stream has kept running now, but programming Python even in the command by command shell gives problems. Then also the first program over the line with which addresses this one goes wrong. Why? I didn't change anything. Something has gone wrong. I will find out. Some information tells me that it may be the age of the Raspberry Pi, but I want to be very sure. On the other hand, this did work, so why wouldn't that work? I want to find out. Then testing with the tablet gave a nice result. With the Mac gave a nice result as well. Oscilloscope showed some nice signals, but not as much as I wanted. So that's it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and give the video a thumbs up. Leave a comment or suggestion. You can also follow me via Instagram and Twitter. Please donate to show your support and to get better videos. You can also you can donate via PayPal and Wired, and you can also choose to become a patron and have your name mentioned. All information, including the URL of my website, is under this video, and this is obviously going to be continued. So thanks for watching, and bye bye.